The casting for the movie McCabe and Mistress Miller started with Warren Beatty and Julie Christie as leads. Director Robert Altman wanted actors who could bring naturalism to their roles. Beatty was already a well-known actor, and his involvement helped get the film made. Christie, known for her strong performances, was a perfect match for the character of Mistress Miller. The chemistry between Beatty and Christie was clear from the start, which made them the ideal pair for the film. For other roles, Altman held auditions and looked for actors who could improvise and contribute to the film's authentic feel. He often cast based on an actor's personality and how they interacted with others, which was crucial for the film's ensemble nature. The casting process was a mix of planned choices and spontaneous decisions, aiming to create a believable world with genuine characters. In the 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller, director Robert Altman's unique approach shaped a story that feels real and alive. He used natural lighting and on-location sets to create an authentic atmosphere. Altman worked closely with actors, encouraging them to improvise, which made their performances feel more natural. He was influenced by classic Western films, but aimed to show a more truthful, less glamorous side of frontier life. His style often included overlapping dialogue and a focus on character over plot, which helped viewers feel like they were part of the world he created. The music, composed by Leonard Cohen, added a haunting layer to the film, complementing the mood perfectly. Altman's collaboration with the cast and crew was key to making McCabe and Mistress Miller a film that stands out for its realistic portrayal of the American West. Welcome to our look into the 1971 movie McCabe and Mistress Miller. This film takes us to a small town where two unlikely partners, McCabe and Mistress Miller, start a business together. As we dive into their story, we find moments that make us laugh, gasp, and even feel a bit sad. It's a journey through a time and place that feels both familiar and new. Now, I want to ask you two questions. First, is there a scene or moment in McCabe and Mistress Miller that really stuck with you? For me, it's the final showdown in the snow. It's quiet, tense, and stays with you long after the movie ends. Second, do you remember the first time you watched this movie? Was it in a theater, at home, or somewhere else? I'm also curious about your experiences. What's your most memorable moment related to McCabe and Mistress Miller? Share your stories and memories in the comments. We'd love to hear what this movie means to you. The movie McCabe and Mistress Miller, directed by Robert Altman, was filmed in West Vancouver, Canada. The crew built an entire town Presbyterian church from scratch to create the authentic look of a frontier community. They faced challenges like harsh weather and the need to transport materials to the remote location. They used natural lighting and filmed in sequence to add realism. The innovative use of Leonard Cohen's songs as the film soundtrack was a new approach at that time, setting the mood without traditional scoring. The production team's efforts to create a realistic and engaging atmosphere were key to the film's unique presentation. Robert Altman's film, set in the Pacific Northwest, stands out for its unique take on the Western genre. It's a departure from the typical Western with its cold, rainy, and snowy backdrop. The movie doesn't follow the usual Western plot lines or character types. Instead, it presents a story of a man named McCabe who, despite being out of his element in a harsh and unfamiliar environment, uses his smarts to make a mark. He's not your typical hero, he's more of an everyman with a knack for survival and adaptation. The film focuses less on a structured narrative and more on creating a vivid atmosphere and exploring its characters. Julie Christie portrays Mistress Miller, who brings a sense of otherness to her role, enhancing the film's theme of characters out of place. Leonard Cohen's music adds a layer of warmth, complementing the film's tone perfectly. Overall, the film is a distinctive and thought-provoking piece that challenges the conventions of its genre. The film McCabe and Mistress Miller's music plays a key role in setting the mood and supporting the story. Leonard Cohen's songs like The Stranger Song, Sisters of Mercy, and Winter Lady were selected by director Robert Altman to be part of the soundtrack. These songs help express the characters' feelings and the atmosphere of the Pacific Northwest town. The music was not originally made for the film, but Cohen's reflective and somber style fits the movie's tone well. The songs are used at various points to highlight moments of change or emotion for the characters, especially for the leads played by Warren Beatty and Julie Christie. The soundtrack's use of existing songs instead of an original score was unusual for its time and adds to the film's unique character and lasting appeal. In the early 70s, Warren Beatty, alongside Julie Christie, played a key role in pioneering political fundraising through music concerts. Their support for the Together with McGovern event brought together legendary artists like Barbra Streisand and the duo Simon and Garfunkel. Julie Christie, known for her selective film roles, declined parts in several notable films that later went to other esteemed actresses. Warren Beatty's achievements in cinema are highlighted by his unique distinction of being nominated for 4 different Academy Awards in the same year, not once but twice, a testament to his talent in both acting and filmmaking. The 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller, directed by Robert Altman, is known for its naturalistic style. The opening scene sets the tone with Warren Beatty's character McCabe riding into town on a muddy path, showcasing the rough reality of frontier life. The film avoids typical Western tropes, focusing instead on character development and a realistic portrayal of the time. The cinematography by Vilmos Zsigmond uses available light and a washed-out palette to create a sense of authenticity. The church building scene, where the community comes together, highlights the collective effort and the harsh conditions they endure. Julie Christie's performance as Mistress Miller brings depth to her character, a madam who is both strong and vulnerable. Her scenes with McCabe, especially their final conversation, show a complex relationship built on mutual need and respect. The filmmakers aim to subvert the glamorized Western genre, focusing on the characters' flaws and strengths. Altman's direction and the actors' performances create a film that feels more like a slice of life than a constructed narrative, leaving a lasting impression on the audience with its quiet intensity and reflection on human nature. Recognized by a respected film critic as one of the great movies, this film stands out in the history of cinema. A unique piece of the set, the Regina-style 35 music box, which could hold and automatically change 12 large discs, was once auctioned for a significant sum, highlighting its value and rarity. Michael Murphy, a notable actor, first worked with the acclaimed director on a television series before joining him in several successful films, showcasing a long-standing collaboration that spanned decades and genres. The 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller offered a fresh take on the Western genre, showing a more realistic, less glamorous side of frontier life. It stood out for its naturalistic performances, use of Leonard Cohen's music, and its portrayal of a community's growth around the central characters. The film challenged the typical hero narrative and instead presented a story where the main characters were deeply flawed and human. It influenced filmmakers to explore more honest, character-driven stories and encouraged audiences to see the Old West in a new light. The movie also sparked conversations about the American dream and the true cost of progress, themes that remain relevant today. In a notable performance, Julie Christie earned an Oscar nomination for her role, despite appearing on screen for just 25 minutes, which is roughly 71% of the total runtime. The opening scene captures McCabe lighting a cigar, a moment so well executed that it caught the admiration of Stanley Kubrick, prompting a personal call to director Robert Altman. The production took place in West Vancouver and Squamish, where the filming sequence mirrored the narrative's town construction, an uncommon approach in movie making. The crew's dedication to building the set from the ground up contributed to the authentic feel of the film's setting. The 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller received praise for its acting, direction, and screenplay. Critics liked the performances of Warren Beatty and Julie Christie. They also appreciated the film's unique take on the Western genre. The movie was nominated for several awards. Julie Christie was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress. The film did not win many awards, but it was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry. This recognition is a big honor. It means the film is important for its culture, history, and art. The people who made the film are remembered for their good work. The film has a lasting value and will be kept safe for future generations to see. In his first major film role, Warren Beatty brought to life a character that would mark the beginning of a significant acting career. The search for the right music to complement the film's atmosphere led director Robert Altman to Leonard Cohen's album. The songs The Stranger Song, Sisters of Mercy, and Winter Lady were chosen to underscore the film's themes, despite Cohen's initial reservations about the film, which he later retracted. Shelley Duvall, who worked with Altman on multiple projects, was part of this film's cast, continuing a collaborative relationship that spanned several years and titles. Her involvement in this film was one of many collaborations with Altman, showcasing her adaptability and growth as an actress. During the filming of McCabe and Mistress Miller, director Robert Altman used a method called overlap dialogue, allowing actors to talk over each other as people do in real life. This created a natural sound and made the movie feel more real. The set was built from scratch in West Vancouver, and as the movie was shot in sequence, the town seemed to grow along with the story. The crew faced harsh weather with heavy snow and rain, which added to the movie's look but made filming tough. Altman also chose to use Leonard Cohen's songs as the soundtrack, which were not typical for Western films but fit the mood perfectly. The cast, including Warren Beatty and Julie Christie, had to adapt to Altman's unique style of directing, which often involved improvisation and last-minute changes. This approach led to a sense of uncertainty, but also excitement and creativity among the cast and crew. In the journey of bringing a film to life, the collaboration between the director and producers is crucial. This was evident when David Foster, a producer, introduced Robert Altman to a story that would later become a significant film. Altman, who was finalizing another project, saw potential in the story and decided to direct it. The timing was perfect as they chose to propose the film to studios after the success of Altman's current project. Warren Beatty, a notable actor, was also involved, showing his support by flying across continents to commit to the film. His involvement was significant as he had previously starred in films recognized for their cultural and historical importance. Another actor, Rene Auberjonois, known for his diverse roles, had worked with Michael Dorn in various productions, showcasing his adaptability across different genres and platforms. These connections and decisions shaped the film's path, highlighting the importance of timing recognition and the willingness to travel and embrace new opportunities in the cinematic world. The 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller is a unique Western that stands out for its realistic portrayal of frontier life. Directed by Robert Altman, it broke away from typical Westerns by showing a more truthful, less glamorous side of American westward expansion. The movie is known for its natural acting, use of music, and direct sound. It influenced directors to make films with a similar style, focusing on everyday life and real characters. McCabe and Mistress Miller has inspired other movies and directors to explore themes of business, community, and survival in harsh conditions. It remains a significant work for its honest depiction of the American West and its break from traditional Western storytelling. In the film, a real steam engine marks the arrival of a key character and later serves a practical purpose by powering a lumber mill. The director's initial choice for the leading roles were two different actors, hinting at a different vision for the characters. A historical detail is subtly included through a photograph in a background setting, placing the story's events between what you eat in 97 and 91. This attention to authentic details and casting choices reflects the careful thought put into the film's production. In the world of cinema, connections between characters and actors often cross from one film to another. This was the case with Julie Christie, who made a brief appearance in the film Nashville, where she encountered Michael Murphy's character. This interaction was a subtle nod to their previous work together, as Murphy portrayed Sears in an earlier film. In another scene, Keith Carradine, known for his role as a charming man who was once part of a musical trio, is seen sharing intimate moments with various women, including Shelley, Duvall's character. This film marked the second collaboration between Duvall and the director among a total of 7 films they worked on, which showcased the evolving professional relationship between the actress and the filmmaker. In a memorable moment from another film, the character McCabe is seen entering Bear Paw for the first time, where Mistress Miller is spotted through a door, quickly shutting it to keep out the biting cold. These moments highlight the interconnected stories and relationships that enrich the tapestry of film history. In the world of television and film, actors and directors often cross paths in various projects. John Schuck is known for his appearances in 2 of the longest-running primetime dramas Gunsmoke and Law & Order. Meanwhile, Warren Beatty's portrayal of Clyde Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde earned him a spot on the American Film Institute's list of top heroes and villains, a distinction he shares with co-star Faye Dunaway. Behind the scenes, director Robert Altman initially considered Elliott Good for a leading role, but Good chose to work on another project. Altman also had Patricia Quinn in mind for a key female part, but ultimately Julie Christie was cast, coinciding with her relationship with Beatty at the time. In the world of cinema, relationships and titles often change before the final cut. Julie Christie and Warren Beatty's connection began unexpectedly at a film event in 1966, leading to a complex personal and professional relationship. Despite a strong bond, their differing views on marriage and fidelity eventually led to their separation. The film they both worked on was initially named The Presbyterian Church Wager, but faced objections from the church, prompting a change. Beatty, known for his dedication to his craft, would sometimes challenge director Robert Altman's patience with his insistence on numerous takes, even leading to an assistant taking over filming duties when Altman stepped away. These behind-the-scenes moments reflect the dedication and personal dynamics that contribute to the making of a film. If you've seen the 1971 film McCabe and Mistress Miller, we'd love to hear how it touched your life or changed the way you see movies. Your stories help us all see the film in new ways and show how powerful movies can be. Please share your thoughts, and if you like what you see here, don't forget to hit the like button, share with friends, and subscribe for more movie discussions. Your input makes our community richer and keeps the conversation going. Thank you for being a part of our journey through film history.